Yo, what is going on, SOFI investors? I just wanted to do my weekly car chronicles where we talk about SOFI, what they did this past week, what's going on in the markets. We had a really weird week in the markets. We were up in the beginning of the week, sold off towards the end of the week. The jobs data came in pretty hot. A lot of jobs out there. I mean, that's a bad thing for SOFI stock, but it's a good thing for SOFI, the company, right? So people are still employed. Unemployment is still under 4%, which is great. So that means people are going to be able to pay back their loans and people won't be defaulting on any loans through SOFI, which is pretty good. You know, the economy is being super resilient right now. Very, very resilient. All right, everyone. Cathie Wood continues to buy SOFI. She added 450,000 shares to her funds this past week, and she sold heavy on Robinhood, everybody. Crazy heavy. She sold 1.5 million shares of Robinhood this week. Actually, a little more than 1.5 million. So I think she might think, because Robinhood trades very similar to crypto for whatever reason. When crypto runs, a lot of their revenues and profits come from people trading in and out of crypto. So she might think we're at a top for crypto, or she just thinks Robinhood's a little overextended, trading in that $18, $19 range. You know, I was selling puts on Robinhood for the past few months. I made pretty good money doing that because I thought there were going to be some upward pressure on Robinhood, and I was right. But man, selling 1.5 million shares, that's a lot of shares to be getting rid of, dumping on the market. She has been buying a lot of Tesla. Tesla's been trading in that like 165 to 175 range these past couple weeks. So she thinks there's some value to be had with Tesla. It's like almost $100 off its all-time high. So I think buying some Tesla, I'm going to add some Tesla. I bought like 5 shares of Tesla in my Big Dog account this week. I'm like slowly nibbling away at buying some Tesla. I think that could be, you know, a good trade. You know, swing it up to like 225, 235 and dump it. That sounds like a good trade to me. But Cathie Wood is seeing value in SOFI at these prices. I think SOFI anywhere under $10 a share in the long term is going to be good for us. And she's kind of trading some Robinhood shares to buy Tesla and SOFI. So that shows me that Tesla and SOFI might be undervalued, Robinhood a little overvalued. Man, I still can't believe she sold like 1 million shares of Robinhood on Friday. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see where Bitcoin goes. It's trading around 68,000 right now. The Bitcoin halving is coming up in the next few weeks. So it'll be interesting to see where some of these Bitcoin miners and Bitcoin goes. I'm hoping CleanSpark runs up. I'm a big shareholder in CleanSpark. I own around 1,700 shares of CleanSpark, and I was buying in that $4 or $5 range. So I've been killing it, but I've been selling covered calls, man. If you sell covered calls out to like September, October in the $40 range for CleanSpark, the premium's like $400, $500, man. So that means it's going to mitigate some of your risk, right? So if it's trading around $15 a share and you trade the covered calls out for a year, 8 months and get $400 or $500, that means it can go down to $10 a share and you still break even no matter what. So that's a great hedge. Some of these stocks that have run up a lot and you still want to hold them, just sell some covered calls out a little ways, hedge that bet a little bit. So if you do see a decrease in price, you're not going to get completely destroyed. I like selling covered calls for stocks that have run up. It's a great hedge in the market. So what am I doing with SOFI? Under $8, I'm still accumulating. I have still around 4,000 shares. I want to see how these next couple weeks play out. But it looks like the price in SOFI has stabilized. So I'm going to add a little bit next week. I think I'll add maybe 200, 300 shares of SOFI next week. Let me know in the comments below. What are you guys doing with SOFI? Are you adding more SOFI in the coming weeks? I think there's going to be a run-up in earnings because I know with these convertible notes, the EPS is going to be really good. So we're going to be EPS positive again. We're going to be GAAP profitable again. Will they meet Wall Street's expectations? We'll have to see. I think they will I think the EPS should be around 2 or 3 cents in the coming quarter. I think we'll see a run up into earnings in that $8.50 to $9.50 range. So if you want to trade it, that's a possibility, and then maybe sell some cash covered puts in that $7.50, $8 range for the next month or two. After earnings, you could do that. But at some point, we're going to stop falling after killer earnings. When we sold these convertible notes, they were to institutional investors, and they want to make a killing. They're not in this to swing it from $7.50 to $9.50. They're in it to make a lot of money. $15, $20, $25 a share. That's where institutions make a bag, dude. And they're into making bags. They're not into making pennies, man, and dollars. They're making bags. So I expect SoFi to run up into earnings, possibly touch $9.50 to $10 a share. We'll see how it plays out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you guys. We're almost at 600 subscribers, so if you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're about halfway there with our watch hours to get monetized. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next SoFi video. Peace.